guys, what's up? I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, but I've gotten some more games, I've gotten rid of some games, and I would like to do a new updated collection video as of March 21st, 2021. This isn't really a game, but it's something new I got that I'd recommend to everyone with bigger hands. Switch Pad Pro. It fixed most of the issues I had with the Joy-Cons, the triggers being not really big enough, the buttons being clicky, the sticks not having a full range of motion. Honestly, I'd just recommend it for anyone with bigger hands and who likes the feel of the Pro Controller, because that's like a portable Pro Controller. There is no rumble, battery, or NFC in that, so just be warned. And let's start this collection video out with my newest I don't know the word. My mind's in blank. My newest game, Persona 5 Strikers. I bought this on PC at launch. Played through an hour and a half. Well, played through about 20 hours of it. It just couldn't finish it on PC. I like playing on PC, but if it's a big JRPG, I prefer playing it portably. So I rebought it on Switch a few days ago. And yeah, that's it. Pokemon Shield. I'm playing through this again so I can get all the legendaries. I have Sword already. I will not be doing these. I'm doing my first drawer, which are games I haven't played, so I won't be able to say much about them. So yeah, Collection of Mana. Still haven't played this. I've had this in my backlog for 2 years. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. I am waiting for the DLC to be out to play that. Ys Origin. I had a lot of fun with Ys 8, so I bought that because I wanted to support the Ys franchise, and I'm getting Ys 9. Mario 3D All-Stars, lazy port, but honestly, I hope they do one for Zelda. Divinity Original Sin 2, still haven't played this. I've had this for about a year. I really want to get into it, because I heard it's one of the best Western RPGs. And last but not least, Valkyria Chronicles 4. I need to play the first one, which I have bought on Switch, before I play this, but I'm a real big fan of tactics games ever since I played Disgaea 5, so. Oop. Alright, next up we got the next game I'm planning on playing. Disgaea 4, Complete Edition, A Promise of Sardines. I played 1 and 5, so I'll go into more depth of what I like about those. So I don't have much to say about 4, but I heard it was a really good entry. Still haven't beat 10 and 10-2. I really need to get to it. Warriors Orochi 4. Haven't played yet, but I love Warriors games, but I heard the performance is not great. Prinny 1 and 2. Exploded and Reloaded. I heard these are very hard platforms in the same vein of Ghosts and Goblins. So, I think that was what it's called, Ghosts and Goblins. So I'm excited to play those. Rune Factory, I heard is a lot like Stardew Valley. So I bought this in anticipation for the upcoming Rune Factory 5. Can't say anything, haven't played it. Can't say anything, haven't played it. Played a little bit of it, like the combat system. Need to get back into it. I played Assassin's Creed I played Rogue first. I really did enjoy that. I need to play Black Flag. I got like 40 hours into it on my Xbox about 4 or 5 years ago and never beat it, so I rebought it on Switch. Dragon Quest Builders 2. I really enjoyed Dragon Quest Builders 1. I put like 60 hours into it in like the span of a week, so I really liked it. Hoping the sequel is a lot like it. Zombie Army Trilogy. I heard this was made by the same devs as Sniper Elite, so I bought it because I love Sniper Elite. Puyo Puyo Tetris. Puyo Puyo and Tetris. There's not much to be said. Wonderful 101. I did back this game on Kickstarter. We got some dumb sleeve for it, but I can't really complain. I wanted to support the game, and I wanted to get the DLC for free whenever they plan on releasing it. Sao Fatal Bullet. Have not beaten this yet, but I'm planning to. With the new Joy-Cons, it should be easier to aim and shoot. And as much flack as SAO gets, I really liked Season 1, and I liked Fatal Bullet. Or, not Fatal Bullet. I liked the Death Gun Online, or whatever it was called. And here is Hollow Realization, which takes place in, I think, Aincrad, the original one. I didn't really like the combat system, but it's been 2 years since I played, so I need to give it another chance. The last few games I still cannot give comments on. Well, I can't give comments on this one. Pokemon Sword. I did have Sword's original edition, but I gave that to a friend after he got a Switch. So I bought the expanded edition with the Sword expansion on Kart. And Vampire. I've heard great things about this game, but still haven't played it because I just have a backlog a mile long. And here we go. Now that we're on the games I haven't completed. Well, now we're on the games I have completed. Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE. It was my first Megaten game. If you don't know, it means Megami Tensei. I really liked it. The idols thing was kind of annoying, and the final boss you had to grind for, unless you changed your game to easy mode like I did, because I was tired of playing it. I gotta go back and revisit it. I did really like Catherine Full Body. I love puzzle games, and I love platformers, and that was kind of like both of them. Metro Redux was interesting. Well, both of the Metro games I would recommend, but they were interesting. Their combat wasn't exactly deep or fun, but I really liked the story, and that's what kept me going. Here's hoping for an Exodus port if they can ever get the game optimized, or a new Switch. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I said last year I wouldn't recommend this if you haven't played No More Heroes 1 and 2, which I haven't. So I was going into this completely blind, but now I have completed No More Heroes 1 and 2, and I've replayed this game, and I can say it is one of my favorite top-down hack and slashes, like indie-type games, because I love Suda's work. Can't wait for No More Heroes 3 later on in the year. I did get the No More Heroes 1 and 2 limited run. Crash Team Racing Nitro Field. This is actually better than Mario Kart, in my opinion. Mario Kart is more fun with friends who don't know what they're doing, but I like this more because it's skill-based. Assassin's Creed 3 and 3 Liberation. These games were not very good ports, compressed audio, kind of buggy, graphics sucked, but I loved the games. And the DLC. What can I recommend this? What can I really say that hasn't been said about Breath of the Wild? It's big, it's enjoyable, and the game is honestly one of my favorite games of all time. It was my first Switch game, I played it to death. Here's Dragon Quest XI-S, Echoes of Lucha's Age Definitive Edition. One of my favorite JRPGs on Switch. I would recommend this to anyone just getting into JRPGs. It's pretty easy. I played on normal. I think I played on hard, but it was pretty easy. I really did enjoy the story. I need to go back and complete the third act, which is after the story ended, so it's like post-game content. I'd highly recommend Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This game is better than the first one, in my opinion. I still haven't played Future Connecticut for the first one, though, so that may change. But I like the combat system more, I like the characters more, I like the premise more. It's just a lot better, in my opinion. And here's Mario Kart 8, I think my third physical Switch game after Bomberman and Zelda. I played this game to death too, 80-90 hours. Just trying to get all the gold getting all the gold cups in every CC, 50, 150, 100, 200, and mirror. So, yeah, I really did enjoy this. Alright, what's up next? We got Disgaea One. I really did like the game. It was pretty fun. The story was comedic as hell. It was hilarious. And I would recommend it to any fan of strategy RPGs, or even if you're not a fan of strategy RPGs. If you're going to give a strategy RPG a try, I'd try Disgaea 1 or 5. Or Fire Emblem Three Houses, because that game's amazing. Disgaea 5, I got it. I blew through it in a week, and I really did enjoy the story. I enjoyed the gameplay. It actually made, like, grinding for levels fun. Here, let me clear my desk off and put these games back. They're out of whack order. I can fix it later. Here we got The World Ends With You, Final Remix. I gotta say, I love this game. I haven't played the add-on content. I haven't played the Another Day and the other 3 days. But I really did enjoy the main story, and I can't wait for Neo The World Ends With You, coming this summer. Here we have My Friend Pedro, the Special Reserve Edition. There were 2 editions that released, the Special Edition and then the Standard Edition that released physically in places like Walmart and stuff, and Amazon. And I got the Special Edition, really enjoyed it. It was really short, and this next game would have to be my favorite. It would be my favorite weird game on Switch. I love Dragon Ball, and I do not really like card games, but I was not expecting to actually like this as much as I did. I put like 60 hours into it before I saw the credits. I just loved making teams and, well, just building the best team and going through the story mode. Here's Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I played this on 3DS, so I had a lot of experience with Hyrule Warriors. I never really played the DLC because it was kind of a game that I never went back to. So when I got on Switch, I played through the first map and the entire story mode. I really need to get back on doing all the DLC for this. Super Bomberman R, I'd recommend it if you could get for like 10 to 20 bucks. It's a great multiplayer game for like 8 or 9. I believe you can play up to 8 people locally. Or it was 4. I'm not entirely. Oh yeah, it's 1 to 8 on one TV. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I did enjoy the few hours I played, but I'm just waiting for Rise because I prefer the new style Monster Hunter than the old. The old one's just a little too slow for my taste. Here's Skyrim, one of the most renowned Western RPGs. This was actually, despite getting this in the first year of the Switch, I don't remember putting that much time into it, even though I put like 60, 70 hours into it. Maybe that's, I didn't find it all too memorable, unlike Oblivion. But I don't know if we're going to ever get ports of those now that Microsoft owns Bethesda. And the one game I would have to say that surprised me the most, Astral Chain. I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I did. I like hack and slashes, I like beat 'em ups, and I do like Platinum Games content, but this just surprised me on multiple levels. I don't really like detective games where you have to go around to crime scenes, and I don't really like story-based. I like story-based games and RPGs, but if it's a hack and slash, just let me beat stuff up. But I really did enjoy the story with this one. I'd highly recommend it to anyone who owns a Switch. And here's hoping, since it sold better than expected, we get a sequel. Alright, on to the next deck of games I've completed. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. Highly recommend to anyone who likes One Piece or Warriors games. It's really fun. It would have to be my favorite Warriors games. Well, it would have to be my favorite Warrior game other than Persona 5 Strikers. But that's for a completely separate reason. Persona 5 Strikers feels more like an action RPG than a Warriors game. But this is just straight up Warriors fun. I put about 40 hours into it. I'm disappointed that Bandai Namco didn't put more missions in with the DLC. So I'm not going to be buying the DLC. East 8, Lacrimosa Adana. I played through it. I was like 40 or 50 points from the true ending, so I'm going to go back through and replay it. It's a hack and slash RPG. I did enjoy it, so I'd recommend it. The story is just about a castaway island, and it takes place on one island. Doom. It's not much to say about it. You go around, you kill demons. I found the Switch port really good. And here's hoping they, after all the DLCs released for the Doom Eternal, they release a physical edition. Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I played this game about 10 years ago, the original, and I loved it, and they never put it on modern platforms, so my hope was kind of dead for a port or a remaster until THQ Nordic signed a deal with Nickelodeon to bring back a lot of their games, so I'm really happy they brought this back. On Switch it's a little iffy. The game isn't really optimized well. It runs on, I think, Unreal. And it could be great on Switch or it could be terrible depending on what developer uses it. And this was mixed because it doesn't look great. It runs fine, but I really did enjoy it. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I don't really like Let's Go because it doesn't have wild battles. I can understand who this is for, though. This is for the people who This is for the people who got into Pokemon with Pokemon Go, and they need a bridge between the main series and the Go series, so I can see why they did that. Dark Souls is one of my favorite games of all time. I love it to death. It taught me how to be patient. It taught me boss patterns. I love this game, and I'd recommend it to anyone. PC version, Xbox version, PlayStation version, Switch version, whatever you get, Dark Souls is a fun time as long as you're patient. The Resident Evil Revelations collection, if you notice, this has internet download. 2 was on a digital, and that game was fun. But I really did love Revelations 1. I played a lot of it on my DS, because it was a exclusive game for a while. And I put like 75 hours into that game, just playing the raid mode. I'd recommend it for the raid mode alone if you and your buddies have it. It's real fun to go through. Xenoblade 2 Torna, I found the story slightly worse, but I did like the combat more. So, it takes place like 400 years before the main story. Uh-oh. Oh, that'll teach me to stack games. Oop. Ugh. I think that's all of them. Alright. God Eater 3. I really liked it. This was more fast-paced. It's like a more fast-paced anime Monster Hunter, and I really did enjoy it. The story was cool, but I don't think there was much to do after the story. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 was the game I probably put the most time into when I got my, well, not when I first got my Switch, but when I got the, this was in the first year. The first, like, 6 months, I think. It came out in September, and I just put hours upon hours in this game. I love Dragon Ball, so, yeah. And I love action RPGs and games with a lot of single-player content, so I played a lot of this. Just rearranging my games for easier access. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. I didn't read. I read all of One Piece about a year ago, right before all this pandemic stuff started, because I was getting in preparation for One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. So when I played this, I wasn't really into One Piece, so I didn't know much of what was going on, except for that there was this pirate dude, Luffy, who wanted to become the king of pirates. But after I played it, or after I read all of One Piece and I was getting prepared, I went back and played this game, and I really did enjoy it. Not as good as One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, but if it's on sale for like $10, I'd buy it. Just because it's a fun game to dump hours into. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, this was made by Omega Force and Koei Tecmo, so you'd think it was a Warriors game, but it's not. It's more of an action RPG hack and slash, which I would recommend. I loved the story, loved the gameplay. It's kind of like a beat 'em up. But I found it a bit repetitive, and I don't like that you can't have split screen, where everyone has the heroic cam, which is basically third-person shoulder view instead of above view, like all the other Ultimate Alliance games. My Hero One's Justice 2. I like this better than the first one, control-wise and character-wise, but they ruined the mission mode in this game. They turned it into something dumb. The mission mode in the original game, you'd go out through a map with all 3 of your characters, and you would get to swap each character to each battle. This game, you You choose 3 characters, 2 are your supports, you only get to play that one character, and they changed it up, so now you have like lives or something. I didn't really like it. The mission mode, so the single player content is better than the first game, but other than that, the second game's way better. Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 1 is a digital code, and I like that game. Bayonetta 2 was a little bit better. I played this in my phase of skip all the cutscenes and just get to the gameplay, which was a few years ago. So, I need to replay this game for the story before 3 comes out. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I got the Collector's Edition, as you can see from the back. I didn't like this as much as 2. I tried, I really did, to understand. I understand why people like it. The story is amazing, the gameplay is amazing, but I just don't like this as much as 2. The combat isn't as tight, and it isn't as fluid, and I just didn't like it as much. My Hero One's Justice 1 has a better mission mode, but it's a lot floatier than the second game, and the combat-wise, just character-wise, isn't as good either. And here we get into Deadly Premonition 1 and 2. These games, as buggy, messy, and terribly running as they are, these games are cult classics. Well, not this one since it just released, but this one. I love this game so much. The story is great, the characters are great. Francis York Morgan, one of the best protagonists I've ever seen. Period. And Deadly Premonition 2 builds on everything that Deadly Premonition 1 had going for it. Its story, its characters. And I like the fact it goes between old and young York. So this is the first game, but that's technically a prequel. Here's Hover. I like this a lot more than people did because apparently it wasn't. It was supposed to be like a Jet Set Radio spiritual successor, which is nothing like Jet Set Radio. But I did enjoy the parkour gameplay. It was really fun. And last, well, not the last. I have a few more games. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I really like this game. The story is amazing. I need to get to the DLC, but I love the story. I love the gameplay, and I just gotta say, I love the main character. Geralt, or however you say it, is one of the best main characters in, well, RPG history. And the game runs great for a next-gen game that wasn't really optimized at launch. Alright, now we have my last pile of games that I most recently completed. Katamari Damacy Reroll. It's really fun, just a game that you pick up, shut off your brain, and roll around and try and pick stuff up and make a giant ball out of it. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I only played Mario 3D World so far. I need to beat Bowser's Fury. But I really did like Mario 3D World. I played through that with my brother. These games go hand in hand. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and 4. I like the Insane Trilogy, but I liked 4's gameplay a little bit more because they actually had an orange circle under you. But Crash 1, 2, and 3 are classics that can't be missed by if you're a platformer fan. And Crash 4, as much as I like it, it's brutally difficult. That last level will test your patience. Sniper Elite V2. Haven't played the third game yet. I think I already showed that. But I really did enjoy Sniper Elite V2. I played it on an old crappy laptop I had like 6 years ago. No, it was more than 6 years ago at this point. It was like 7, 8 years ago when I was like 9 or 10. And I liked it, so I rebought it on Switch. My last 3 games. Fire Emblem 3 Houses would have to be probably my favorite game on Switch other than Breath of the Wild. I love the story. As much as I've said this repetitively, I love the story, I love the gameplay, and I love the fact there are branching routes. Crimson Flower is the best route. I'm sorry. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. The last 2 games, One Piece Unlimited World Red Deluxe Edition. I paid like $80 to have the physical edition. Would not recommend it. For $10, sure. It's fun for One Piece fans. And last but not least, Dragon Quest Builders. I really enjoyed this game. Put 60 or so hours into it in a week. And it's just a fun game to shut your brain off, go around, build platforms, and the combat's fun too. But that was my Switch collection, except for my collector's editions. I won't be able to pull them all out, but I have the Deadly Premonition one, I have My Friend Pedro, and I have the East Origin and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Collector's Editions, along with the slipcover for Wonderful 101. But that will be all. Sorry I haven't been uploading content, and I'll probably get back on a schedule. I got a computer now, so I'll probably be able to do more review type content once I get a capture card. So that'll be all. It's been the Triforce Logan, and I'm out.